You know, if you are new to this whole Ukraine dating scene, you might be forgiven for thinking that all guys that go over there are old, overweight, unrealistic, looking for a 20-year-old. I was the same when I went over there. And when I first started this, one thing that was always in my mind was, what would happen if you weren't one of these desperate guys? Surely it would be a lot easier for you. But having been over there a few times, there's one thing that they do not tell you. There's one thing that you need to know if you are a younger guy and you are going over there and you think that you are not going to have any problems. And this one thing has haunted me. It has followed me around this entire journey over and over again. And it is something that I never ever would have imagined that it would be a problem. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you what that problem is. Even though something happened that actually inspired the idea to make this video today, and it's something that's happened to me over and over again, I never actually thought about making a video about it. But I think that it is something that's important to think about if you are a younger guy looking to go and do this. For the older guys, maybe it's not something that's too interesting for you guys or that's really going to help you guys. But if you are a younger guy in your 20s to 30s, this is something that you are going to definitely encounter. So I had a guy contact me about 2 weeks ago, and he's looking to go and do this. He doesn't want anything to do with the Western dating scene. He is in his 20s. He is a good-looking guy. He is fit. He is successful. But he's just looking for something more. No different to what I was looking for or any of the other guys that are actually doing this as well, whether you're older or whether you're younger. So I talked to this guy a couple of times. Once on Skype, or a couple of times on Skype, I think. He's just a cool guy. Like, you just know that he would do well. He could easily go out to the club. He would have a good time. So I told him, I said, send me some photos and I'm going to send them to some people that I know over in Ukraine and check and pass them around the ladies, and we can get a bit of a feel as to how well you're going to do over there. So we did that. So what came back was, he's a good looking guy. The ladies will love him. But, here's the but. They won't take him seriously. When my friend said this, it brought up all these emotions that I've been through in the past. They won't take him seriously. I've heard this from agencies about myself. I've heard it on dates. The problem with being younger and not your stereotypical kind of guy is that you are not serious. Now try and understand the mindset of a Ukrainian woman. Now, she doesn't understand why you're there. They don't understand what you're running away from in the West, the toxic, horrible environment that's there. They don't understand that maybe you've been divorce raped. They don't get it. They don't understand it. For them, it's so foreign. They just don't get it. So imagine trying to explain to them, if you are like well kept, if you are of a younger guy, and you're traveling to the other side of the world to find a wife, or to find a girlfriend, or whatever you're looking for, a long-term relationship. Can you imagine that these women are sitting there going, what do they want here? I would say 85%, 90%, 80% of the dates that I've been on, and the girl is legit, she's not a scammer, she is legit. One of the questions that they really only care about is, what the hell are you doing here? Why are you coming here? What do you want from us? Like, what's so special about us? Like, surely you can get a girlfriend in your own country. They don't understand that we don't want one there. My phone is making noises. And so they can only imagine that you're not serious, that you're here just for fun. They don't understand really how much money you've spent because they just don't know. Think about the guys back in their hometown or their home city or their home country. They don't want to get married. They're just out for sex. They're not interested in marriage, having children, long-term relationships. So that's why they look to older guys. So for them, they're conditioned to think that younger guys are there just to have a good time. If she is a legitimate lady, she is very worried that you're just there just to have fun. That you're not serious about getting married, that you're not serious about children. You just have to put yourself into their mindset just for a little bit. They don't understand how much money you've spent, how serious you are, what you went through back in your hometown. To them, you're just a young guy that traveled around the world to find them. They don't think that they're that special. If you're an older guy, I've never ever heard of this being a problem ever. I've never spoken to an older guy where he's gone, she doesn't think that I'm serious. I can tell you it's the most frustrating thing when you really like this woman. You really like her. And she looks at you like, or she even says to you, you're not serious. So what can you do when it happens to you? This is a really hard question because I think that the only thing that you can actually do is try and spend as much time as possible with her. unless you know someone that's over there that can really vouch for you and tell her and convince her that you are serious, she's not going to think that you're serious. She's going to think that you're there just to have sex, just to have fun. You're going out on multiple dates. And here's the hardest thing, is that you probably are going out on multiple dates. And one of the biggest fears that the women over there have when they are in these agencies, if they are legit, if they're not legit, doesn't matter, but if they are legit, is that they may fall in love and you may leave and you may never talk to them again, or you may never contact them again, and the whole thing fizzles out and they are left heartbroken. When this happened to me at one of these agencies, they told me to tell her that I was like really interested in her and that I was really keen on her, and I must tell her I want children and I want to get married and all of these lifelong goals that I wanted with her. And this went completely against what I believe in. I don't believe it's a good idea to lay everything out on the table, whether you like her or whether you don't, because at that point in time, how are you going to know anyway? When I asked this agency what this woman thought of me, and we'd spent a considerable amount of time together, her comments were, he's not serious. Now I'd heard it so many times before, like it was almost like an insult. Well, it was an insult. So they advised me to tell her that I was really interested, I was really keen, I want to have kids, blah blah blah, which went completely against everything that I believed in when it comes to spending time with a woman or courting a woman. But I did it anyway, and I just about completely ruined any chance that I had with her. There's a whole other story to this. I'm not going to tell you in this one here. But long story short, you cannot tell her how much you are serious. You can't do it. You can't tell her because it's just not right. You just don't come on that strong. You just have to spend time with her, and she has to build trust in you, because that's the whole thing. She doesn't trust you. She doesn't trust you because you're not the stereotypical guy, the old guy that comes over here and does this. That's what she's been used to. Now there's a shift in mentality, and it's not because guys can't get girlfriends or that they're lonely. It's because guys don't want girls from the West, but they don't understand that. So the only way to get through this is you just have to build her trust. You have to spend time with her, and it can take a long time. But if she's the right one for you, you just have to keep trying until she believes you. So one thing you have to remember, and it's very important, is you have to make sure you don't do anything that's going to ruin the trust that she has for you. Because she doesn't trust you from the start that you're going to be serious unless you've got someone to vouch for you. So you need to make sure that you are extra careful. A lot more careful than if you were an older guy doing this. If you are a younger guy going in to do this, I have so much respect for you guys and for the guys that have contacted me that have talked about doing this to avoid the problems that are going on in the West. I have so much respect for you guys, but I just want to make sure that you guys can be successful just by knowing a few little things, such as making sure that she is actually going to trust you and that you guys don't come across as some form of player. And to be honest, most of the guys that I've met doing this are not players at all. They're just guys that want to have a traditional relationship without all the bullshit that comes with the West. I don't consider myself to be somebody that is young, which sucks, but I do have some insight when it comes to younger guys doing this. So I really hope this video helps some of you guys that are younger and helps to get you prepared for what you are probably going to expect. That way, you guys have a greater chance of actually being successful. If you like the video, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.